Do you believe in evolution? This person goes on to write, as a Catholic, I do not believe that evolution conflicts with the existence of God, and it's probable to me that God created us and the world over a span of billions of years. I don't think that Genesis was meant to be taken literally. Recently on Twitter, I came across a page of a guy named Ken Ham. Mr. Ham considers himself to be a non-denominational Christian and is followed by few conservative influencers. He believes the story of Genesis literally and God created the world in 6 literal days, and that the world is 6,000 years old. 10 years ago, he famously held a debate with Bill Nye, live streamed on YouTube. He has his own museum in Kentucky called the Creation Museum, with exhibits on how humans lived with dinosaurs. I think this guy is crazy, and he's peddling nonsense. The concept of believing Genesis literally is a relatively new belief, as early church members didn't think God created us in 6 literal days. All right, let's just jump right into it. What do you think? Do you think it's evolution? Do you think it's creationism or God's creation? You know, he created it in 6 days. Do you think it's kind of like a merging of the two, where it's a little bit of both? Let me know in the comments below. Honestly, if I'm gonna, say my opinion on it, I think it's a little bit of both. I think God uses tools like science and physics and evolution to play out his beautiful grand scheme. I don't think it's necessarily like science and God. I think it's like God, and underneath it is like science and art and math and all the amazing different subjects that you learn about in school. I think he just God uses them all. I don't think it's like, that's just me though. And okay, and just to give these people, on either side a little bit of like leeway, is we are constantly changing the story on what was happening in the past. First it was like, oh no, the world is 6 billion years old, and then they're like, oh wow, we actually found out it's 10 billion years old, and they're like, wow, we were actually completely wrong. They're constantly changing what the scientists even believe. That's the whole scientific process, it's like constantly changing. Like, did you know just recently they found that there is a large ocean in the middle of the earth? And not just large, it's 3 times the size of all the water that's on the surface. So the giant ocean that we know, the huge thing that is the ocean, it's 3 times that size, and it's inside of the earth. So they just discovered that. They used to believe it was just like a solid mantle. I mean, I'm not even going to get into it. That whole point was just to say the scientists are constantly changing their story. Is it hard to believe that the earth is only 6,000 years old? Yeah, sure, but there's a lot of strange things, Does evolution make sense? It kind of does. I kind of see it in like animals and stuff like that. Like the Galapagos Islands, classic example. There's a turtle with a shell that's like really, really high up, right? The shell is like this, so it can stick its neck really high up because the trees there are higher and has to eat. And the turtles on the other island that don't have these high trees and just have shrubs down low, their shells aren't like that, So I see examples of where, things kind of shift and bend and warp, but I don't think that disproves God. I don't think it disproves the creation story. It's just kind of like, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Please comment down below, because there is amazing arguments on both sides. If I'm being honest, both sides have good points, and like I definitely believe that God created the universe, the earth, and everything in it. I believe it. At the if you were to put a period, I would say period. God created everything on earth and the universe, period. In what time span? I don't know. That's where it gets up to debate. I don't think like anyone, is really debating so much. Like, I guess they do, but I'm just saying, what do you guys think? Let's see what some of these people down below said. Ken Ham has openly stated that nothing will change his mind, and he rejects anything that contradicts the Bible. This is right. He also has stated that KJV is the only legitimate Bible, King James Version, and we should stop asking how life existed before the sun because God did it. Ignore him. The ark also had to shut down once because of water damage. If that's not irony, I don't know what is. Interesting. This person says, Ken Ham is a known quack and grifter. Just disregard him and his type. Quack is such a great insult for a scientist or someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. We should bring that back. We do not say quack enough. It's great. Makes them sound like a duck. I love that. This person says, it's a proven fact. One doesn't believe it. One accepts it or denies it. I wonder if they're talking about evolution or creation. They didn't really specify. Kind of could work either way, right? The Bible is a proven fact. Either accept it or don't believe it. Or evolution is a proven fact. Could go either way. This person, see, they specify. Evolution is a fact. We've witnessed evolution within recorded history. To deny it is denying fact. There's also nothing with evolution that conflicts with the Bible. See, that's kind of like my stance. You know, I kind of believe in evolution, but I kind of think that the Bible completely coincides. And I kind of believe at some point there'll be this merging of where science gets so advanced that it actually proves everything in the Bible, and that the Bible is true on like a literal level, but science hasn't quite gotten there to where it can prove it. But at some point, I think they're going to merge, and science is going to prove that the Bible has always been correct. So that's why sometimes, like, I've known people that have not been the sharpest tool in the shed, the brightest crayon in the crayon box, but at the same time, they follow the word of the Bible to the T, and they know the scripture, and they follow the wisdom that's in there. And those people are light years ahead of the people who are quick and witty and creative, but choose to try to figure everything out on their own. You know, like, so much wisdom is within the Bible. And if you can just kind of accept that it's this amazing book of truth and knowledge and love and, you know, wisdom, you actually get really far in life. That's just my perspective. But as always, I want to hear what you guys have to say on the subject. Do you believe in evolution? Do you think it conflicts with the existence of God? Let me know in the comments below. As always, hope you're having a great day, an exciting day, and a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.